Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. Quand bras se porte la paix, il se porte la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Long ago was born a people, a new nation rose up strong. Years of trials and tribulations place us here where we belong. With the past as motivation, all our dreams can be fulfilled. If we're true to our traditions, what a future we will build. We are proud to be Métis, watch our nation rise again. Never more forgotten people, we're the true Canadian. Long ago was born a people, a new nation rose up strong. Years of trials and tribulations placed us here where we belong. With the past as motivation, all our dreams can be fulfilled. If we're true to our traditions, what a future we will build. We are proud to be Métis, watch our nation rise again. Never more forgotten people, we're the true Canadian. We are proud to be Métis, watch our nation rise again. Never more forgotten people, we're the true Canadian.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Chelsea Wellness. I'm a professor of organizational behavior and the university's chief governance officer. Welcome to Spring 2021 graduation celebration. I would like to acknowledge that although we are celebrating virtually this year, I'm speaking to you from the University of Saskatchewan's main campus, which is situated in the traditional territory of Treaty 6 and the homeland of the Métis. We pay our respects to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationship with one another. I want to extend a warm thank you to our performers who began our celebration, to the drum group Buffalo Boys Productions for performing today's honor song, to Kate Nashalobe, accompanied by Matthew Praxis on piano for O Canada, and Amanda Goller, accompanied by Kiefer Paul on guitar for the Métis Anthem. We are so fortunate to have you all take part in our ceremony today. Thank you. In our celebration today, you'll hear from our Elder and Knowledge Keeper, Roland Duquette, and our President and Vice Chancellor of the University, Peter Stoichev, who will each give their address to the graduands. Next, you will hear from our Chancellor, Grit McCreath, and she will explain about convocation and what we would normally expect to see when we are in person for our ceremonies. Following the Chancellor, we will present to you one of this year's esteemed honorary degree recipients, who will offer their message to the graduating class of 2021. The Dean's Message and Student Awards will be presented after the honorary degree and will be followed by a special message from your Alumni Association, of which you officially become a lifelong member now that you are graduating. We will close the ceremony with a song from the university's very talented music department. And now I will welcome Elder Roland Duquette, followed by President Peter Stoichev and Chancellor Grit McCreath.
Samin, eu cheste paik pegaski, omagawi pegota ektaragi sklamatuik. Egne nistananek te wichi ta putinigan kwichi suik kamiop machuik. Ekumina kaigawane tamiki go ka pik sklamagawik. Good day, everyone. Again, I welcome you all, to the Treaty 6 territory, the homeland of the Métis, and also the graduates that are, their special day today. That we welcome you into our setting as what we are as people that connect with the Mother Earth. And then when we start that, we can apply our skills to be grounded for what we learn through time and in the future. So that brings you back to your careers that you're going to be going to, taking hold of your lives, later on your families, your community, and maybe your government, and maybe your country as well, to serve however you believe yourself, to have that skill of communicating, first of all, applying your skills to maintain that harmony that we talk about in our country, in our lives as well, that it comes from a home. From your home, what you did, what you are, that dictated you to be that person that has that special skill that you've earned for yourself through dedication, through sacrifice, your families, sacrificing your loved ones, your community as well, maybe, we don't know, but you are the driving force for your own family, for your own community, and for your country as well, when you contribute to the economy. And I thank you all for listening.
Hello, I'm Peter Stoichev. It's my great privilege to be the president of the University of Saskatchewan and to be speaking to you today from this historic Convocation Hall. I'd like to congratulate you on your remarkable accomplishment in completing your degrees, diplomas, and certificates. While our convocation format has changed, it does not in any way diminish your tremendous achievement. I regret I cannot be with you in person to shake your hand and congratulate you as you walk across the stage to the applause of your families and friends and supporters. Please take a moment to thank them for everything they have done to get you to this point. None of us achieves anything this big without the help of others. You're graduating at a time when everything has changed and will not be quite the same again. The pandemic has taught the world much about empathy and understanding, and about the importance of science-based decision-making. It has exposed many inequities in our world and the vulnerability of marginalized peoples. It has highlighted the need for governments, public health experts, and citizens to work together. And it has demonstrated the importance of a university such as ours in the fight against one of the most pressing challenges of our lifetimes. No other year in our university's history has asked so much of us individually and collectively. As Saskatchewan's research-intensive medical doctoral university, we have been a strategic and critical partner in the province's response and recovery efforts, supporting the health system, finding solutions, and working to help Saskatchewan emerge stronger from the pandemic. Many of you have contributed to those efforts, and I thank you for your perseverance and resilience and hard work during this past extraordinary year. If I were with you to congratulate you on the stage today, I'd be saying that you made it, and now we all need you to go out and make the world a better place. It's a great privilege to have a university education, and with that privilege comes great responsibility. The world needs you now, educated and qualified, to make it a better place. More than ever before, all of us need people with degrees like yours from a university like yours to help build a more sustainable world, a more equitable world, a healthier world, a more compassionate world, a world with the courage to embrace diversity and togetherness simultaneously. I know you will do it. With this privilege of a University of Saskatchewan degree comes responsibility. Take hold of it, make it yours, make the world a better place for you, for us, for everyone. Take the journey, take the risks, make a difference to a world that needs you now. None of you know exactly where you are headed next, and that's okay. This spring convocation includes honorary degrees being conferred to writer, activist, and elder Maria Campbell, author and naturalist Trevor Harriott, groundbreaking plant breeder Brian Harvey, diabetes researcher and innovator That No, and influential legal scholar and advisor Ed Ratushny. None of them knew what they would contribute and accomplish. They took the journey, not knowing its outcome, and broke down barriers for all of us who followed. You can do the same. Each of you graduating today has got it in you. Thank you in advance on behalf of everyone at the University of Saskatchewan for taking up this tremendous and timely challenge of making the world a better place. And I congratulate you on this convocation milestone in your lives.
Welcome, everyone. It is my honor and pleasure to celebrate this important milestone with you, which, with a USask degree, will be the first of many milestones in your life. I am Grit McCreath, Chancellor of the University of Saskatchewan, and a proud graduate, just as you are now too. While many of us have not been on campus for quite some time, most will recognize the space I am in today. Behind me is Convocation Hall. This place has immense history for USask, and as the name implies, in the early days of the university, this is where USask celebrated its convocation ceremonies. Though the number of students graduating outgrew Convocation Hall, this room remains the cornerstone of graduations in our university's history. Merlis Belcher Place joins that history as the new venue for convocation ceremonies, and we all look forward to having in-person celebrations once again, marking with great fanfare the transition from USask student to USask graduate. As USask graduates, you now join more than 160,000 alumni worldwide, building the communities they call home and building our university's reputation through their outstanding influence and global reach. My role as Chancellor is to confer your degrees, diplomas, and certificates officially on behalf of the university, something I have only had the pleasure of doing once face-to-face since stepping into this role in 2019. Convocation not only gives us the time to celebrate your accomplishments, but it also is a time when we acknowledge our honorary degree recipients and our most distinguished teachers and researchers. It is indeed a significant time for the university community. When I started in my official duties, one of the things I looked forward to the most was the opportunity to meet all of you and shake your hands at convocation. Circumstance has made that impossible. However, I am grateful that I am still able to take part via video. Before I turn you over to the honorary degree presentation and the rest of our program, I would like to leave you with some thoughts. Your time at USask has prepared you for a lifetime of success, backed by a rich and rigorous education that will add value throughout your professional and personal lives. Today is a culmination of everything you have learned and achieved while at the University of Saskatchewan. And you are just getting started. I cannot wait to hear about the things you accomplish as a USask graduate. Finally, you will note that over the course of the past few minutes, I have not recited any of the following words: COVID-19, unprecedented, grim milestone, or pandemic. Earlier this week, I was on a Zoom call with a number of graduating students who made me promise that I would not use any of those words in my address today. They told me that we have heard these words far too often this past 15 months. Here is hoping they are words we will not be saying with much regularity in the year ahead. I will simply say that in the last year, your campus activities, friendships, studies, and all the social aspects of university life have been compromised. Fate had a different plan for you, and I recognize that it took courage, tenacity, resilience, and fortitude to succeed in your academic pursuits, and for this, I commend you. As Dr. Seuss would say, yay, you. Congratulations to all of you. We are so proud of what you have accomplished, and this is just the beginning. Today is your day, and remember, anything is possible.
Thank you, Elder Duquette, President Stoichev, and Chancellor McCreath. Next, we will turn to our honorary degree presentation, followed by our awards.
Professor Ed Ratushny was born and raised in Kamsack, Saskatchewan, in a vibrant community 20 minutes from the family cottage at Madge Lake. He describes his childhood as idyllic, playing high school football, curling, and basketball, as well as for local senior hockey and baseball teams. He played saxophone in a dance band, including university summers, that covered his university expenses. Ed received his Bachelor of Arts in 1964 and law degree in 1965 at the University of Saskatchewan. Though an outstanding graduate of the law school, he's probably best known for being photographed at a Huskies football game as a leading member of the intensely vigorous College 9 musical group, being chased across the grounds of the stadium by a member of Saskatoon's finest Keystone Cops. That photo stood in our Hall of Fame cabinet at the College of Law for decades. Following his graduation, Ed articled and briefly practiced law in Saskatoon before pursuing graduate studies and his lifetime career as a professor. Following the receipt of his master's degree from the London School of Economics, he began teaching at Windsor Law School in 1970 in the areas of criminal, constitutional, sports, and entertainment law. He received a Master's of Law from the University of Michigan in 1972, followed by a Doctorate of Law in 1979. In some respects, his career has been unique in its diversity, but always had the common pattern of extending academic research, writing, and expertise beyond the classroom and journals to provide expert advice and guidance to a broad range of public institutions. He became a trusted advisor to public servants, administrative tribunals, cabinet ministers, and chief justices from across Canada. In turn, these symbiotic relationships imported broader experience and deeper understanding into Ratushny's classrooms and his related academic writing. When his USask College of Law Dean Otto Lang became Canadian Minister of Justice, he saw the void of any rational process or support structure for assessing the suitability of potential judicial appointees. He created the position of Special Judicial Advisor to the Justice Minister and appointed Ratushny to a role that continues in Canadian government today. I asked another, much less famous, lawyer from Kamsack, Senator Brent Cotter, a former Dean of the College of Law, about Ed's work in this role, and he noted that this role was critical, and that in his time in this role, Ed was responsible for the appointment of over half the Superior Court judges in Canada. In 1990, the Canadian Judicial Council retained him regarding the questionable conduct of appellate judges in the matter of the wrongful conviction of Donald Marshall Jr., and Ratushny continued to serve as advisor and counsel regarding federal judicial conduct for more than 25 years. His work in this area has earned him the praise of some of the finest jurists Canada has ever produced. In preparing these remarks, I reached out to Madam Justice Rosalie Abella of the Supreme Court of Canada, and she stated, and I quote, that Ed Ratushny represents the best that our profession has to offer. In the academic realm, his book on self-incrimination has been cited frequently by the Supreme Court of Canada, and his award-winning book on public inquiries appears frequently in commission reports. He established one of Canada's first courses on sports law and has acted frequently as an arbitrator in amateur sports issues such as illegal doping. He has contributed significantly to the development of women's hockey and is a certified NHL hockey agent, and was retained by the NHL Players Association during its transition from the Allen Eagleson regime. In addition, Ed and his wife Lynn, a recently retired judge of the Ontario Supreme Court, also raised 2 children who both received law degrees from the University of Ottawa and both played Olympic hockey for Team Canada. Ed Ratushny's professional achievements have been recognized by the Order of Canada, the Order of Ontario, and an honorary doctorate from the Ontario Law Society, and a variety of other prestigious awards. He has also been the Canadian representative in legal events throughout the world. I want to say 2 things in closing. Firstly, I stand in awe of a truly remarkable career in the academic realm and in public service. I will remind the class of 2021 that I told them 3 years ago, as I tell every incoming first-year class, that the ethos of this school is lawyer as public servant. I cannot think of a graduate of this college that exemplifies this ethos more than Ed Ratushny. However, I think I would not be telling the full story if I just acknowledged Ed's professional achievements. I will leave you with a quote from the inimitable Justice Abella, who summed up Ed thusly: "Brilliant, brave, visionary, open-minded and compassionate, all wrapped up in a fabulous sense of humor and a passion for jazz, plus an amazing wife who is a judge. What's not to love?" Ladies and gentlemen, Ed Ratushny.
Thank you, Chancellor McCreath, President Stoichev, and Elder Duquette for your many contributions to our great institution, the University of Saskatchewan. And thank you, Dean Phillipson, for your kind and overly generous introduction. Justice Abella is an outstanding jurist and a very special person. Greetings to everyone. My heartfelt congratulations to you, my now fellow alumni and fellow class of 2021. I am very grateful and proud to be the recipient of an honorary degree today, and it is extra special for me to join you in celebrating your graduation. Your presence today is testimony to your resilience in overcoming unique challenges. The strength of that resilience will serve you for the rest of your lives. Today, you receive your reward, and you can now leave all of the negative aspects of those challenges behind you. I will talk to you briefly. I assure you it will be brief, if I want to have friends, about 3 topics: our university, your careers, and public service. Great institutions only become great because of their people. You have left an honorable legacy to our University of Saskatchewan. You also must have many positive feelings for all those who worked with you in achieving their shared goal of your success. Your fellow students, your deans, professors, support staff, the administration, and of course the people in your personal lives referred to by President Stoichev. I congratulate all of them as well for their roles in your success. The role of a dean is especially important in facing these challenges. Deans are at the hub of all of those operating components of a professional faculty. This shared success was also an incredible challenge for Deans Willoughby and Phillipson, who also have great pride and respect for your achievements as graduates. And thank you, Dean Phillipson, for also mentioning my hometown of Kamsack. Of course, it's not a big city like Dean Willoughby's Milford, but I believe that the nurture of all of our hometowns can contribute to our development as people. But Dean Phillipson, you must have missed the latest polls that clearly rank former law dean Brent Cotter as the most famous lawyer from Kamsack. Finally, I mentioned Sam Lehman, also of Kamsack, who served as Dean of our College of Commerce from 1969 to 1976. I would also, and especially, like to pay tribute to my own law dean, the great Canadian and Humboldt boy, the Honorable Otto Lang. Otto was appointed dean in 1962 at the record-setting age of only 28 years. Dean Lang immediately began building the strength and stature of our law school through a highly successful campaign of recruiting professors. Many of them became stars in different fields and served as deans of other law schools, as well as our own in public service. I am grateful to Otto Lang as a dean, as a mentor, and as a friend. I now move on to your own careers, starting with some background. In our Canadian democracy under the rule of law, the two most important institutions are Parliament and our courts. Both of these are built on adversary foundations, which means that the people involved are in confrontation with each other and become either winners or losers. Adversary trials can be very hard on parties, and our legal system is increasingly adopting alternative approaches for resolving disputes to reduce the necessity of ultimate battles in court trials. The adversary system in politics can also generate negative consequences. Democracies are complex and they can become messy. Governing is much easier if you just remain in control as a dictator instead of having to be accountable to voters. In a democracy, one of the most crucial elements is the role of media to inform the electorate and to provide reliable information. The first enemy of a dictator is often a free press. But the recent United States elections have demonstrated how even with a free press, democracy can be threatened by the deliberate spreading of false information. We witnessed the ugly consequences of violent and criminal attacks on Capitol Hill in Washington by citizens. In effect, the traditional adversary system escalated into warfare. I mention all of this because your careers will be highly dependent on human relationships. And adversary relationships can increase when opposing goals and opinions clash. But negative adversary relationships can also be avoided. Dean Phillipson mentioned my role as special advisor on judicial affairs to the Minister of Justice of Canada. My main responsibility was to recommend the names of lawyers to be considered for appointment to judicial vacancies in the superior courts throughout Canada. This in turn required consultations with provincial attorneys general and chief justices, as well as other judges and leaders of the bar. These consultations were always in private and always under strict confidentiality to ensure frank opinions. At first, I was surprised that when assessing lawyers, these people of the highest legal stature in Canada never talked about legal brilliance, about strong skills in questioning witnesses and cross-examination, or in winning big cases. Instead, they always assessed lawyers entirely on the basis of human qualities: fairness, common sense, diligence, honesty, decency. I don't have much experience in business, but I have no doubt that these human qualities are as important in conducting business as they are in practicing law. These qualities are much less likely to create adversary confrontations. They are much more likely to provide opportunities to establish ongoing personal relationships that are valuable to our careers. Applying these human qualities to professional relationships can only be done individually in specific dealings with other people. But they can contribute to the overarching reality of our own persona, or who we are as a person. Their impact grows incrementally over many years and over hundreds of personal interactions. But layer by layer, they ultimately form our reputation. And whether in business or in law or in other fields, our reputation can be the most important achievement of our career. I will close by speaking about three other great Canadians who today also became your fellow alumni. Ray Natishan, Roy Romano, and Tom Malloy have all contributed extraordinarily to public service in Canada. All of them were superb at overcoming complex challenges by avoiding or reducing adversarial resistance while never compromising their own exemplary human qualities. Ray Natishan was a Conservative Member of Parliament for 14 years and held many cabinet portfolios. He always had warm relationships with members of all parties. When he was appointed Governor General of Canada, the Prime Minister was criticized for political patronage, but members of all opposition parties immediately spoke out to praise Ray's professional and human qualities. And his service as Governor General became revered by many Canadians. Roy Romano served as the NDP Premier of Saskatchewan for 10 years. He played a leading role in the historic patriation of the Canadian Constitution and the adoption of the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. He also served as Chancellor of our university. Tom Malloy was a devoted Liberal who helped reshape this country as the chief negotiator for Canada in negotiations with the Inuit. These led to the creation of the territory of Nunavut in 1999. He also led the negotiation of the historical Nisga'a Final Agreement in British Columbia. Tom also served as the Chancellor of our university before becoming Saskatchewan's Lieutenant Governor. I was privileged to know all three of these alumni personally. They all shared human qualities that I would describe as kind, gentle, without ego, good listeners, and a great sense of humor, each in his own way. And they also all had that common touch. They were good personal friends who respected their political differences as a Conservative, an NDP, and a Liberal. Tom and Roy were especially strong personal friends who continued to talk politics with each other over many decades. I wish all of you satisfying careers and opportunities to engage in public service. Thank you very much for listening. Have a good life, and bon voyage.
Congratulations, graduates of the Spring 2021 Convocation in the Edwards School of Business. My name is Keith Willoughby, and I'm the Dean of the Edwards School of Business at the University of Saskatchewan. Hello and tanse. Congratulations, graduates, on achieving your successes. I acknowledge and thank you for the resiliency you've displayed throughout your academic careers, especially during this past year. I acknowledge and thank you for the demonstration of excellence in the classroom and in the community. I am grateful to have had the privilege of seeing you in your academic pursuits. I acknowledge your tremendous work ethic, and I acknowledge that we have done this together. I thank you for being true embodiments of the mission of the Edwards School of Business to develop business professionals to build nations. I wish you the very best in your careers. Congratulate you on your successes. I am pleased to present this year's winner of the Goodspeed Award, presented to the most distinguished BCom graduate. The winner for the Spring 2021 convocation is Mr. Cole Shrimpton. Cole is graduating today with his BCom in great distinction. As one of our very esteemed accounting majors, Cole demonstrates true excellence inside and outside the classroom. Cole is graduating today with a cumulative average of 91.8%. He has been a perpetual member of the Dean's Honor Roll. He has earned the Edwards Undergraduate Scholarship on 4 occasions. Twice, Cole received the Joseph H. Thompson Scholarship. He's also received, among other scholarships, the KPMG Scholarship and the Obakoya Accounting Excellence Scholarship. But Cole's excellence goes beyond the classroom. He demonstrates the character of a business professional through community engagement. In an entrepreneurship class, he developed a business plan that helped strengthen entrepreneurship in the Inventure program. Cole demonstrates that excellence by what he does, by what he is, and by how he shapes the interactions of those around him. Cole is following in the examples of many illustrious BCom graduates as he will be attending the law school upon completion of his BCom. I wish Cole the very, very best and congratulate him on his academic successes. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Martin Phillipson, and I'm Dean of the College of Law. And I'd like to say hello to the College of Law graduating class of 2021. While deans are like parents and are never supposed to have favorites, I must acknowledge that this is a very special class for 2 reasons. Firstly, this is the largest graduating class in the history of the college, mainly because it includes over 20 graduates of the recently completed Nunavut Law Program, which ran in Iqaluit from 2017 to 2021. We will be hosting a graduation ceremony in Iqaluit when public health restrictions are lifted, where we can honor the achievements of our Nunavut cohort in person. But you really have been a huge part of what has made this class a particular favorite of mine. However, what really makes the entire class of 2021 special is the character and resilience you have all shown to get through arguably the most challenging academic year in the 109-year history of this wonderful law school. On behalf of all the faculty and staff of the College of Law, I want to state how proud we are of you for your commitment and perseverance this past year. Rest assured that we will be here to support you as you embark on your professional careers. As the newest College of Law alumni, you join an esteemed group of individuals, including a former Prime Minister of Canada, provincial premiers, lieutenants governor, governors general, Supreme Court justices, philanthropists, business owners, athletes, musicians, the list goes on. However, as I've said many, many times, you're also joining thousands of alumni who have quietly gone about their business, serving their clients and communities, and making a real difference in people's lives. The community of alumni you are joining is a strong and supportive one, not just in Saskatchewan, but across Canada. It is one of our greatest strengths and will be a huge asset as we navigate the post-COVID world together. Many challenges for society lie ahead, but there are also opportunities. There's no doubt in my mind that the legal profession and the provision of legal services will be reshaped in the wake of this pandemic, and you will be at the vanguard of that change. As society recovers from the impact of this pandemic, there will also be ample opportunities to practice the ethos of the College of Law as being lawyer as public servant. Opportunities to give back, and opportunities to focus on what is truly important in your lives. I have no doubt that you, the newest group of law graduates, are up to that task. In closing, on behalf of the staff and faculty at the College of Law, congratulations on earning your Juris Doctor and Master of Laws degrees. I wish you and your families and friends health and happiness in the days ahead. When we are able to safely gather in person again, we will have a proper celebration of your achievements, and I hope that you are looking forward to that as much as I am. Congratulations once again. The Law Society of Saskatchewan Gold Medal is awarded to the student in the College of Law with the highest academic standing in the graduating class. I am pleased to present the 2021 Gold Medal to Kaylee Stahl. Kaylee grew up in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. Before pursuing her post-secondary education, she worked for several years as a professional dancer on cruise ships. During that time, Kaylee was able to travel the world and work with a diverse group of people, which gave her a unique set of life experiences. After pursuing an accounting degree for 2 years, Kaylee began her law school career. Her time at the College of Law was challenging and rewarding, having competed on the dispute resolution moot team, working as a teaching assistant, and joining the Saskatchewan Law Review editorial board. Kaylee worked as a summer student at MLT Aikens in Saskatoon and will also complete her articles there. After that, she hopes to practice as a corporate commercial lawyer. Kaylee is grateful for the support of her husband, family, friends, and classmates, and would like to thank the faculty and staff at the College of Law for their guidance along the way. Congratulations, Kaylee.
It's my pleasure today to recognize Dr. Lee Swanson, Associate Professor in the Department of Management and Marketing and Edwards Enhancement Chair in Business in our Edwards School of Business, as the Spring Master Teacher at the University of Saskatchewan. Let me begin by saying that Dr. Swanson is a leading entrepreneurship scholar. In the words of one of Lee's former students, his creative, interactive, and collaborative teaching style provides students with real-world examples of entrepreneurship and the opportunities and challenges along the way. Lee pours his mind, heart, and soul into his teaching. His students are the product of his hard work and passion. He takes great pride in seeing them succeed." End quote. I view this as a perfect articulation of how Dr. Swanson exemplifies teaching. He is shaping the lives of his students. Indeed, Lee seeks to help his students understand where they are, the possibilities they have, their pathways to achieving goals, and their potential for future success. For example, to help students acquire the skills and perspectives they need for their life map journey, Lee encourages active learning in his classes through real-life projects and living case studies. This approach is designed to help students learn to think critically and objectively, focus on what is meaningful, and develop excellent planning, communication, and other skills for life success. At the core, his approach to teaching is respectful and personalized, and he models what it means to be ethical. Lee has worked extensively with Indigenous communities as an entrepreneurship researcher, fostering authentic relationships, and has committed himself to mentoring graduate and undergraduate students so these students could travel to and work with various northern communities. Dr. Swanson is all about growth and improvement in his teaching, and he is well known at Edwards for constantly refining his own courses based on research literature, conferences, and discussions with colleagues. Lee's extensive work in entrepreneurship means he is well known within his school and across the university. He has published teaching and research materials that have impacted the teaching of entrepreneurship across many universities. He has built the study of entrepreneurship into the core of the Edwards curriculum, and he led the development of a college-wide initiative called InVenture, engaging students across campus with the broader entrepreneurship community. Today, we honor Lee Swanson as the Spring 2021 Master Teacher at the University of Saskatchewan, and I offer him my own congratulations and our collective thanks for all he contributes to the learning and discovery missions of this outstanding institution. Congratulations, Lee.
Today, we celebrate that you have earned your degree from the University of Saskatchewan. Congratulations, you did it. With your degree, you join an ever-growing alumni family of more than 158,000 USask graduates around the world. We congratulate you on all your success and all your achievements that are sure to come. And now the following video from the University of Saskatchewan Alumni Association shows where a USask degree can take you.
Welcome to the USask alumni family.
You have persevered through some of the most challenging times that our world has ever faced.
And you have come out on top.
You have come out on top.
You have weathered the storm and won.
Your graduation today is but one of the milestones.
It's but one of the many milestones you will face in the coming years.
Remember your classmates.
Remember your professors.
Remember your professors.
Remember all the victories and challenges you faced.
Remember all this fondly.
Remember all this fondly.
When you enrolled at the University of Saskatchewan, it was a new beginning.
Your next steps beyond campus are a new beginning for you as well.
As you will continue to grow professionally and personally.
Make sure you take time to celebrate your victories with your family and friends.
And just know that the USask Alumni Association
is very happy to call you one of their own.
From all of the 162,000
people around the world who call themselves USask alumni.
Congratulations. Be what the world needs.
One, two.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear the pitter-pat? And that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade. No longer afraid, because this rover crossed over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade with those blues on parade. But I'm not afraid. The rover, he got over. If I never had a cent, I'd be rich as Rockefeller. Gold dust at my feet on the sunny side, on that sunny side.